The Broncos trading Demaryius Thomas to the Houston Texans. Hello, and thank you for joining us for Elway Access. I'm Phil Milani alongside John Elway. John, I know this must have been a tough decision, but what was your thought process here?
Well, it always is tough, especially when you trade a guy like Demaryius who's been there for such a long time and done such a great job, not only on the football field but in the community and is really a good man. So that's always makes it very difficult. But the intent was not to trade in Demaryius, obviously, unless there was some that we thought that was fair value, and we ended up getting that. So therefore, decided to make the move. We got the young guys behind him; they're going to have to step up and. It would have been different if we didn't have the young guys, but we do. And so, it'll be exciting to see what they can do. And, we wish Demaryius the best of luck. I told him that, this is a tough part of the business, but, he'll always be a Bronco. And, I know we're going to see him on Sunday, but when he comes back, he goes into that ring of fame, which he deserves, that, he'll always be a Bronco.
So many memorable moments with DT, the Steelers play, all the runs to the Super Bowls. What do you think is going to be his legacy here?
Well, I think if you look at what he's done and the production that he's had for so long and, been to many Pro Bowls. And so, a guy that was a team leader for a long time, too. So a guy that took advantage of every opportunity he had while I was here.
Kind of a unique situation. You're going to see him right away on Sunday, huh?
Yeah, it is. And the Texans wanted him bad, and so I think that it'll be a good spot for him too. I think that you always kind of look at both sides of it, and I think when you look at this, it was good for both sides, and so we'll look forward to seeing him on Sunday. Hopefully, he doesn't play too well.
Holding, offense number 76, block in the back. Offense number 60.
John, a big topic of conversation after the game against the Chiefs were penalties. What are some ways that this offense can help Garrett Bowles out there at that left tackle position?
Well, I think there's a lot of different things, and that's a tough place to play. And actually, I know those tackles get, pointed out, and they kind of stand out when they get the holding penalties. But for the most part, he played very well on Sunday, and that's a tough place to play with speed rushers out there and a loud place. And so, he played very well. But we got to do the best we can to help him too. And I think that we can do that with tight ends and backs. And so, Garrett's continued to get better and better. And it's tough, like in Kansas City with the crowd noise, and they did a good job. But I thought Case did a great job too, moving around, making plays, and so we got to continue to do that because this week coming in with the Texans, they got a lot of good pass rushers, so we got our hands full.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. Well, what have you seen from this Texans team? They seem like they're pretty hot right now.
They really are. They won 5 in a row, and I think that that shows how hot they are. And I think they won 3 in a row or something in overtime too. And so they played in a lot of close games, and they know how to win, and that's how they're playing. And so we've got our hands full. And as we talked about earlier with the penalties, we can't have the penalties. We can't beat ourselves and shoot ourselves in the foot. So we've got to be more disciplined and a lot more consistent to be able to beat the Texans.
Well, it's a big one before the bye week for the Broncos. That's going to do it for us. For John Elway, I'm Phil Milani. This has been Elway Access.